In this video, I want to talk about this idea of our anchor. So I first came across this term from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and there he is at 5 o'clock in the morning doing these grueling workouts before work, before filming. And he described that morning workout as being his anchor to start his day on the right foot. So any kind of challenges or problems he's going to encounter, he's best able to face them. And even if the day goes completely off the rails and you finish the day just being like there with a glass of whiskey, just like, fuck, it doesn't matter because the next morning you do your anchor and you're back on the horse again. You're back on track. So I really like this analogy of the anchor because it's like we are this boat on the surface of the water. We're anchored down to the bottom, and it doesn't allow us to deviate too much away. So it kind of keeps in this tight little vicinity of our highest self. It kind of keeps us in this space of alignment. Because when I look back at the times where things went a bit off the rails for me, sometimes it happens for weeks, sometimes months, sometimes years, it was always the case that I look back and I was not doing my anchor. You know, bad habits or getting lazy or whatever. But on the flip side, if I look back at those years where everything was just kicking ass and taking names, everything's going well, I was doing my anchor every single day, if not every other day. So the anchor is this really effective way that really just keeps you locked in and really keeps you focused and really doing the activities, doing the things, stepping into these areas that we know we should be doing with more fearlessness and with more integrity. So if we look at anchor, what exactly is an anchor? Well, what is not is just any old kind of good habit for our health and wellness or for our, heart, body, mind, whatever. It's, of course, for some people, it could be any of these different things. Like, could be, for example, playing a musical instrument. It could be for somebody else going for a morning run. For somebody else, it could be doing some like morning prayer, morning meditation. But I would define the anchor as being of all the things that are there available before us, it's that one thing that really stands head and shoulders above the rest in being the most effective at really giving us this high level of confidence. It's almost like we get locked back into this state of our highest self. So it's kind of like a habit of our highest self or something that our highest self would like smile at us for doing just because it has that really strong, potent ability to really lift us back up again to feeling, confident, like we're kicking ass, like we're in the right place, and just kind of gets you locked in again. And so it doesn't have to be something which is, the gym like The Rock or doing a meditation. It could be also something quite weird or bizarre that's unique to you. So I have some friends that have different kind of anchors. One of them, he just goes for walks late at night with his flashlight, and him alone under the stars, late at night, that's where he collects his thoughts, gets reconnected, and kind of finishes being really, okay, I'm really, in alignment again. And another friend, he goes to the pool to go for a swim, but the swimming is not his anchors. While he's there, at some point he'll dive in and kind of curl under and finish kind of on his back on the bottom of the pool looking up, and he'll just hang out there for 30 seconds or for 60 seconds. And he describes that space as just being really like a reset, like get himself back into alignment. This is amazing for him. And of course, when he does this in a new pool, the lifeguards will come up to him later and be pissed off saying, dude, you have to tell us before you go down there because we thought we had a corpse in the pool. So, but for him though, all of his local lifeguards know what's up, and that's what he does all the time, and that's his anchor. So another sign of something's your anchor is that, of course, it is unique to you. It's something that doesn't happen, once a month or once a quarter. It's quite daily, if not multiple times a week. It's kind of like you're doing it regularly to get yourself back into alignment. And finally, it doesn't require any discipline, or at least a tiny bit of discipline, because we actually enjoy it. It's fulfilling. If we have a day off, we would love to go and do our anchor because it feeds our soul. It gives us something. It's inherently enjoyable for us. Which brings me to my final point about the anchor is that it is connected to your purpose. So even if you don't know what your purpose is, as long as you're doing your anchor consistently, like every day or multiple times a week, you're keeping yourself in this zone, which is your purpose is in that same area. And even if you are doing your purpose, it's, I would say better. It's like almost living life on easy mode if you can stay disciplined and dedicated to your anchor because you enjoy it and it's quite easy. It doesn't require too much discipline. Rather than making your discipline on your actual purpose and how it actualizes in the real world. Because I view our purpose as kind of being like the tip of the spear out into the world, and it's thrashing and it's in the chaos, and you're there up against your fears, you're up against you're the latest cutting edge of your comfort zone. Things are crazy. So if you're a movie director, let's say you're, okay, I'm gonna be filming every single day, but then one day, a lead actor just fucks off or the money dries up. And so it's kind of like chaotic in the world. But if you're able to instead not focus on that, instead just focus on discipline and having that daily anchor in place, it kind of makes it so that your purpose and you staying really in integrity with it, it makes that whole thing inevitable. So it's kind of living life on easy mode. And the last thing I want to say is that The Rock always talks about this, and I agree, which is that it's important to protect our anchor. So he was talking about this in the context of he was doing these big movies, they dictate your hours, and so he's there filming at all kinds of hours, and it's all kind of crazy. And so when his first couple movies, he wasn't really doing his gym, he wasn't doing his anchor. And so he learned pretty quickly that he has to go and write it into his contract that, one, you're gonna build me a fucking gym, like a full-blown gym, all the weights, boom, 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 right on set, so that when I'm filming, I'm gonna be able to go and work out every single morning. And he also pencils in that time in his schedule, so he makes sure that that workout happens no matter what. So that's just the way that he managed to, with his crazy schedule in Hollywood, whatever, to really protect it. And I think that we can also do the same in our lives, is that whatever your thing is just penciling that time in and just honoring the time to dedicate to your anchor, because it gives us so much back. It gives us so much more, alignment, and keeps everything really on track and just keeps us on the horse facing the right way and doing everything with integrity. So that's everything for today I want to say about Anchor. I hope you got lots of value out of this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao.